Well, shoot, 2 weeks ago, everyone was calling me crazy for thinking Elon Musk just might have some secret Bitcoin plans up his frickin' sleeve. Over the weekend, though, he basically said he does with this tweet. Bitcoin is my safe word. Well, who's the crazy one now? It's time for Chico Crypto. Well, Elon just might be the crazy one because he is playing games and playing games big time. The tweet over the weekend is highly interesting because just under a year ago, in January of 2020, Musky Boy tweeted this as well. Bitcoin is not my safe word. Like I said, he is playing games, he is playing coy. Musk is much more involved with Bitcoin and crypto than meets the eye. Those games, they continued when he tweeted this awesome meme, of which prompted Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy to jump in and tweet, if you want to do your shareholders a $100 billion favor, convert the Tesla balance sheet from USD to BTC. Other firms on the S&P 500 would follow your lead, and in time it would grow to become a $1 trillion favor. And Elon replied, are such large transactions even possible? And Michael replied, yes, he would love to share his playbook, laughing me frickin' arse off. Michael, Elon is funking with you. He knows that large transactions like that are possible because he's more involved with it than what meets the frickin' eye. Saylor. Elon is the former CEO of Doge. He knows about smart contract platforms like Ethereum, tweeting its name in April of 2019. And guess who showed up in the comments? Vitalik asking Elon to come to DevCon. And Elon replied to Vitalik asking him what should be developed on Ethereum. Thus, Elon knows about smart contracts. He knows development can happen on Ethereum through smart contracts. He asked what should be developed, as in like an application. He knows Vitalik, so obviously Elon knows the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if he knows that, I'll tell you right now, he knows about the vast transaction sizes. Although Vitalik, he did reply to him, explaining what should be developed, with many of the great ideas, including some hard examples, including the Moloch DAO. But first, here's the weird thing about the tweet. We're looking at it on the Wayback Machine. Basically an internet time machine. It saves history and archives it. The actual replies have since April been deleted by Vitalik. Now, why would he do that for such a historical conversation? Either his lawyers told him to do it or he was giving something away. Both are possible, but this is Chico Crypto. We like the latter. He was giving something away. So what could possibly be going down? Is Elon about to dump Tesla's entire balance sheet into Bitcoin or Ethereum? No, me friends. Elon is not an investor. He's a creator. If anything, he's working on something with a Tesla angle. But what could that be? Well, let's go to Tesla's Q3 earnings. It was another solid quarter. The Verge covered it. Tesla racks up another profitable quarter with boost from regulatory credits. With the subheading, Tesla earned a profit of $331 million in the third quarter of 2020. Now, if you dive into how much they earned from those regulatory credits, it says it also sold 397 million of them. Thus, those credits are what made Tesla profitable. If they were not there, profits would have been close to nil. So what are the regulatory credits? Well, this is where Elon's possible connections to the crypto world comes in. Regulatory credits are credits or points given by the state and federal governments across the world for contributing zero pollution to the environment. And with Tesla's vehicles, Powerwalls, batteries, panels, and more, they get a crap ton of these credits from the governments. And there are global trading markets being built around these credits, accelerating at an astonishing rate. And Tesla's regulatory credit sales have been increasing by an average of 70% year over year since 2012, and 2020 is most likely going to do it once again and outdo 2019. So Tesla, they need to get moving on the sector, and they know this. They actually have an offering. Going to their job postings this year, they have been looking for an aggregation sales manager. Clicking into it, what is this job's role? In the role, you will be responsible for the growth and success of Tesla's portfolio of behind-the-meter aggregation virtual power plant programs utilizing Tesla's distributed energy asset DERs. Now, I have covered all of this before, but today let's put it together in just one video. Tesla, they have a major virtual power plant project demonstration going down in Australia. Electric covered it in April of this year, saying the early phases were proving very successful. But they also say who is collaborating with Tesla on this: Australian Energy Market Operator, AEMO. So who is AEMO? Well, they manage the energy markets across Australia, how energy changes hands, who it changes hands to, and how it gets to the end consumers. Now, this all ties into those DERs. Going to AEMO's website for their NEM, National Energy Market Distributed Energy Resources Program, specifically under Markets and Frameworks, they say in June 2018, AEMO and Energy Networks Australia teamed up to open a consultation on the Open Energy Networks project to identify how to best transition to a two-way electricity grid and associated marketplace that effectively integrates and actively manages DERs within Australia's energy system. Then, just a few months after that, in September of 2018, AEMO published this article, Blockchain, the Future of the Energy Industry. And guess who is specifically mentioned? The only blockchain, Energy Web Chain. Another important development is the Energy Web Foundation, EWF, which is building an open source, scalable blockchain platform specifically designed for the energy sector's regulatory, operational, and market needs. And if you didn't know, AEMO, it is listed right there in the ecosystem of the energy web on their website. But most of us have known that. Let's go deeper. In 2019, AEMO and the Energy Networks Australia put out a report of how all this was going, the virtual power plants, and what the future would look like. The roadmap in Figure 22 is key, as it shows the projects doing the testing for the future energy markets. And one of them is simply VPPx, which has been running for some time. So who is simply VPPx put on by? Well, from the June report, we can see it says Simply Energy. And going to their website, it's a subsidiary of Engie, which we know is one of the 28 validators of the Energy Web Chain. And they also created the Energy Origin, the first DApp on the Energy Web Chain. So what's going on with Simply VPPx? Well, the June report actually shows who is all involved. Now, as we can see, they're using something called DEX in its platform. Then, as we can see, Simply Energy is the aggregator, their operators, Tesla's in there, South Australian Power Networks are playing multiple roles, and finally, there is AEMO. No Energy Web Chain, Grid Singularity, or the D3A. So where is the connection, Tyler? Well, DEX isn't the whole shebang. It's just an API to connect markets to each other. It's a middleware and not a market itself. Rather, it is a software platform on which flexibility markets they can operate. So there's much more to this story, which the launch of DEX Distributed Energy Exchange tells us a whole lot about it. This 2017 article was released, explaining Australia's ARENA had backed DEX, but in the article it also says GreenSync and ARENA have not announced whether blockchain technology will be deployed on DEX, although it is being deployed on some similar trials in Australia and elsewhere. Like Energy Web on those other trials, and I wonder what they are. And then going to DEX's own website, in the FAQs, they ask if it's a blockchain platform. They say, no, it's not. Blockchain is a ledger, and DEX is a marketplace. DEX's open API and marketplace allow a range of transaction services, such as blockchain and peer-to-peer to be hosted. Blockchain and DEX can work hand in hand. Which it does, as going to DEX's website in the partner section, there is Energy Web listed in the tech vendor section. The only blockchain, but also a key partner of Energy Web 2, LO3 Energy. LO3 Energy has created Pando, their platform to enable local energy markets, which obviously will trade through DEX. But Pando, just in September of this year, moved officially onto the Energy Web chain. Now, why is this important? Well, just recently, Energy Networks Australia put out their position paper on how they feel with DERS and these new markets moving forward. It was a good position, but in Section 5, they have the national and international projects transforming everything, which include the VPPs we have covered. But there is one we haven't, and it shines more light. In 5.2.3, Local Energy Markets UK. It says, Centrica, a UK and European gentailer, is leading a pioneering trial in Cornwall that will test the use of flexible demand generation and storage across both the domestic and business sectors in a local energy market. We all know Centrica. They're within the Energy Web ecosystem, listed right there. But here's the big shebang. Centrica posted it themselves. Blockchain trials start at Centrica's Cornwall local energy market, and it's in collaboration with LO3 and Pando, which is on the Energy Web chain. It will all be soon. If you haven't noticed, it all leads back to them. And I think even Tesla's DER assets will be connected to it, traded through the D3A, even though I bet you some already have or are. Cheers. I'll see you next time.